Minimalist Mom Life, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a video about chore charts and cleaning schedules and just kind of telling y'all where we're at with our cleaning schedule in our new house and with our kids kind of in different ages, what chores they're doing, what system is working best for us. So I'm going to jump right into this. My hair is air drying, so it looks a little crazy because I'm going to actually pretty curl it for date night tonight. But woo! This is the time that I could get this video done, so y'all get to live with it. So the first thing I'm going to go over is my cleaning schedule. So we moved, it's almost been 4 months now, into the house that we're in now, and it is about 1,100 square feet. And I say that because size matters when you're talking about cleaning schedules, because what works in my house and what I can do really, really quickly is often because it is smaller. So if I had 3,000 feet to keep up with, or a 2,000 square foot house even to keep up with and keep vacuumed and stuff, some stuff might not be able to be done all in one day because it would take longer amounts of time. So I just want to be very realistic with that when I talk about what it is I get done each day. So 1,100 square feet. Our last house was like 1,300, so it's not a huge difference, but I do notice that smaller amount. And also, I recently upgraded our vacuum, and this is not sponsored in any way, although that would be great if they did. But we do have a Dyson stick vacuum now, and what's different about that is it's very, very, very lightweight, and very easy and quick to use, and so the kids can actually use it. And we've only had it for maybe a month and a half, so the kids love using it. Like, it's still very novel to get for my 3 boys to get to vacuum. So they play a part in my cleaning schedule right now too in that. My kids are 4, 3, and 2, and then I have a baby girl who is almost 1. So the chore chart that I'm going to show you is for the 4, 3, and the 2-year-olds, and the cleaning schedule I talk about is what I do. So pretty much everything is the same from when I talked about my last cleaning schedule video. I've shared that this has been my cleaning schedule since I have been married almost. I mean, not when I was working, but since I had my first biological child at home and I was home full-time, this is kind of what I've done. I vacuum the house every other day. So that's like usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then sometimes I'll vacuum Saturday because I take Sunday as a Sabbath and I don't do any like extra cleaning on Sunday. But right now, again, with that vacuum that everybody loves, a lot of times my kids are vacuuming on the day that I wouldn't necessarily vacuum, and they're even the ones that want to do it on the day that I am vacuuming because if they see me doing it, they want to do it. So that's still something that's happening often. Then the bathroom cleaning, I had been just cleaning the bathrooms on Thursday, kind of giving them their deep cleaning and wiping them down here and there on, just as needed the rest of the week, but every Thursday really getting in there and deep cleaning. And right now, the 3 boys are all potty trained, but I don't know, there's something about that 3rd boy being potty trained. I feel like I have to deep clean that bathroom every single day or it is disgusting. And I want my bathrooms to be really clean. Like, that's one area that I feel like, I'm losing my voice from reading so much to the kids, but I feel like should be really clean. Like, you should not feel like you're walking into 7-Eleven when you walk in my bathroom. And so I've been pretty much like legit cleaning the toilet and the sink and even the bathtub because the boys are dirty from playing outside almost every day except for Sunday. Like, it just seems like it has to be done. It doesn't take very long. We have a very, very tiny bathroom, but that has changed. I still make an effort to once a week make sure everything is super scrubbed, but I'm cleaning the bathroom, honestly, way more than just once a week. The bathroom that the boys and I use, there is a bathroom that's been added on by the kitchen area, but really there's just a shower in there, and so Jason just uses that, and I clean that one only once a week. So that is the same as far as having a day where I dust and do windows on Tuesday like I did in our last house. That is kind of the same. I would say there's less to dust. We don't have a fireplace anymore, so I don't have a fireplace mantle. So other than like the little tiny cabinet the TV stands on, and then like my dresser, and then the little tiny end table in the living room, we just don't have anything really to dust. So I maybe dust that once a week, but I haven't really put that in a super, it has to be Tuesday anymore. There's just not that much dust, it seems like. Just, again, being a smaller house and even less furniture, I guess. That's kind of still Tuesday. And then the screen door, I do wipe that down on Tuesday, so that, again, has stayed the same. And those are all my tasks. Y'all know I do a load of laundry every single day, including Sunday. I just don't fold it and put it away on Sunday. But those are all the things that I do to clean the house as far as, like, detail cleaning, like dust boards and stuff like that. I used to do like a 15-minute task every nap time to try and keep that kind of stuff up, or cleaning the refrigerator, those kind of things, and I don't anymore. I just find that, like, as I notice it, if there's a few minutes, then I'll get it done, but I don't know if I'm getting more laid back with the fourth kid. It just doesn't seem like it needs done that much, and so I'm just not putting that much effort into it. Oh, the one thing I missed, I do still vacuum out and clean out the car every single Friday, and that Dyson vacuum has made that super easy because it is doesn't have a cord. It's even easier to take out to the car and clean up. So I do still clean out the car every single Friday, but by Saturday afternoon, you can never tell. But at least it gets done once a week. So those are the chores that I'm doing. That's kind of how things are going there. Obviously, there is kind of, dishes done 3 times a day often, and those kind of things that are just ongoing. The kids have to pick up their toys. I make a very conscious effort that I don't pick up toys, I don't put away kids' shoes, and I don't put away kids' laundry. And that's not because I'm a mean mom, that's because I'm a loving mom, and I know my kids are capable and responsible. My parents had me do a lot of chores growing up, and I feel like it didn't make me a perfect housekeeper. Now I'm not perfect, but I didn't have the curveball in getting married of not knowing how, or even just before I was married and out of college, or even in college, living on my own, knowing how to keep up after myself. I knew how to do it, and I feel like I knew how to do it efficiently because I'd have years of practice on a bigger household, than I had currently. And I'm the 4th out of 5 kids. So now I have, somewhat what I had growing up. And so I kind of know how to do that many dishes and stuff. So I want my kids to know how to do the same thing. And I want my kids to, when they're at their Nana's house or their friend's house, I want them to be able to quickly pick up toys. And I want them to know that they have to and that they're responsible for that, and that we help other people, we help them clean up. So certainly there are times when I'm like, hey, mom's going to help you, or mom's got your shoes, I want you to pick up your jacket, or something like that. I'm not, like rigid, and I'm not helpful with them, but I want to encourage them to have that responsibility on their own, and to be, they know where stuff goes, they're capable, they can be proud of themselves, that they're able to get those jobs done. So moving on to the chore chart. Ta-da! This is not my printable, but I will link in this video if I remember. If not, ask me in a comment and I can respond. We just found this on Pinterest, and actually it's a color printable, but we don't currently have color ink. So yeah, you can customize it however you want to whatever tasks. We do not, so these are chores we pay the kids for, okay? So we do not pay them for picking up their toys, or brushing their teeth, or making their bed, or putting their clothes in the laundry basket. Like, none of that is something that I'm going to pay them for, because that's just personal responsibility. So in my, every parent is different. If you do that, that's fine. That's just not what we do. So these chores are paid chores, but they're also optional chores. These are not the things that if like mom tells you to do it, you just need to come alongside mom and help because you're a member of the family. These are things that mom is going to say, hey guys, the dryer needs emptied. Who's going to do it? Who's going to get their initial on the board, right? And then whatever child will come and do it. So let me get right to what's on here. I have emptying the dryer. For us, that means they take the clothes out of the dryer and they put it on mom's bed. I have putting the clothes away. That means that they sit there and they help me. Here, boys, take the socks. We have a sock box. After the socks are put together, they put in the sock box for the kids. They can put like their underwear and their pajamas and their pants in their drawers, those types of things. They can put the towels in the kitchen drawer, and they can put the towels for me washing my face at night in the bathroom drawer. And I've shared before that those drawers are not folded. Same thing with none of my kids' clothes are folded. The shirts are all hung up, and everything else is just thrown into their drawers and pulled out, and I never have a problem with wrinkles. They don't have that many clothes. I'm not going to take time folding it. So stuff is just thrown in those drawers. That's just my housekeeping, okay? So the second one is putting clothes away, taking out the trash. So only Martin can do this without assistance completely. He's 4. George needs a little bit of help of getting it into the trash can outside, and so Jason will help him with that. But even if Daddy helps, he gets his initial there if he's the one that does it. Usually it's Martin though. And then Elliot has not even tried it yet, but I think he would need a little bit more help because he's 2. Mopping, so that means Swiffer mopping. So every single night after the kitchen and dining room floor, it's all one room, get vacuumed, and the living room gets vacuumed. Sometimes the living room doesn't get vacuumed, but at least those rooms do. We Swiffer mop, and so the boys love doing that. So somebody Swiffer mops and gets their initial for that. And then the other one on there is cleaning the table. This does not mean clearing your dishes. You're responsible for that if you eat at this house. But it means wiping down the table. So after the table is completely cleared, spraying it and wiping it down with a towel, getting up all the Play-Doh and food and everything else that is on that table. So those are the chores they have. And then what I do is I just put their initials, so like M for Martin, E for Elliot, G for George, in the box. It's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday that they have done. And then on Saturday night, I count up how many they have, and they get 10 cents for a chore. And so like last week or a week ago or something, a couple weeks ago, Martin made $1.50. And I think Elliot made 80 cents, and George made like 90 cents, because it was based on how many chores they did that week. And then they have 3 jars. We are huge Dave Ramsey followers and fans. And so they have a give jar, they have a save like more long-term, something they want, and then they have a take to the store to spend jar, which we don't take to the store right away to spend, but it's spending money, the idea, like if they see something, usually at the Dollar Tree, like a toy that they want, right? So we do 10% is in your give, 20% is in your saving, and then the 70% you get to keep for your spend jar. But they are allowed to, slightly change that up. We're not rigid with that, but that's the general idea that we're teaching them, is that you're always saving, you're always giving, and then you do have money to spend and enjoy the money and the hard work that you have done. Our little Elliot, who is 2, always wants to give all of his money to Jesus. So he always puts all of his money in a gift jar, and it's very sweet. But that is how we do chores. I was asked, like, do the kids fight over chores, and how do I handle, like, if they all want to do the same thing? They really don't. There are nights when everybody's super motivated and everybody's, like, ready to help mom, and then you'll see there's times when, like, Sunday nobody helped take out the trash, and that's fine. So that means, like, I did it or Jason did it. Monday, mommy emptied the dryer, so no one else did it. Tuesday, nobody helped me put the clothes away. So there's times that no one does it. And then if everybody wants to do it and you're not the first kid to it, then you just weren't the first kid to it, and maybe tomorrow you can do it. Or maybe there's a chore that hadn't been done yet that day and you can do it. I don't do all these tasks at once. This is not like, oh, it's chore time. It's throughout the day. The cleaning the table and the mopping and the taking out the trash is always right after supper. But the clothes putting away and into the dryer are usually, in the morning, early afternoon time. So just as they need done, the kids have an opportunity to make money and do them, and that has helped us, because before what I would do is those were kind of the general tasks, but I would then try and pay them that day, and I wouldn't have enough change, or they were just getting random amounts of change, and so I didn't feel like they were learning as much about money as they could be if I actually had, like, this is what you're making, and you're only getting paid once a week, like a paycheck, and then we're looking at how much you have, and we're saving, and we're spending, and we're giving. So that is how it is working for us. Again, this is Minimalist Mom Life. I'm going to tell you my number one tip for having a clean house is just not to have so much stuff. So I talked about that I don't do as much, like, dusting baseboards and things like that. It's because if you just don't have a lot of stuff, if your house doesn't feel just overly full, it just feels clean. And so I feel like you don't have to be so detailed, and there's not so much stuff to dust, and there's not just so much stuff to keep up with. I think it just feels clean, and I like that feeling, and it gives me more time to focus on my people and the things that we want to do, and we're in beautiful Northern California and all the mountains and the camping and all the stuff that we want to go do. So that is my cleaning schedule. Share in the comments down below what you do. I cannot get over how crazy my hair looks. Sorry. Coming down in the comments down below what you do for a cleaning schedule, and if you do chores or if you did as a kid. I definitely did chores, and I got an allowance for it, and thanks Mom and Dad for doing that for me. I'm doing that for my kids as well. But share in the comments down below what you do, and I will talk to you on my next video. Have a wonderful weekend.